What is good, Josh on this game, man? Back with yet another reaction video, baby. Today we are back with another death battle. As today we have Korra versus Storm, Avatar versus Marvel, and for the first time I'm going against Marvel. Give me Korra, bro. I don't think she's the strongest Avatar at all. Don't get me wrong. We can definitely do an Avatar ranking of who I believe the strongest Avatars are. I still think Aang's over her. I know a lot of people say Korra's stronger. Personal opinion, I don't think either answer is wrong. I'm still rocking with my boy Aang. But in this fight against Storm, I'm still rocking Team Avatar, baby. So I'm rocking with Korra, man. Let me know down below your pre-fight descriptions. Make sure you guys also put in that, well, this is the pre-video subscriptions. Make sure you put in that post-stat pre-fight prediction. So like after you learn about all the stats and stuff like that, right before the fight. And then let me know at the end of the video if you got that L or dub. Now, like and subscribe too as well, because it shows that love and support. So let me know if you guys want to see more death battles, so I know which ones to go find and go do. You know, I'm always down to watching the anime and Marvel ones, so shoot them over to me if you guys got any good ones that I need to react to. But we're just gonna get off our soapbox here today and see what this fight is talking about.
Avatar Korra, the master of all four elements.
Storm, the X-Men's goddess of the storms. Weather,
The building blocks of our natural world are nothing if not tempestuous and unpredictable.
which means you gotta be some kind of badass to control them. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
And just so y'all know too as well, I'm gonna skip the backstories. We're gonna get straight into the statistics of the two people, and we're gonna get into the fight. I'm gonna watch the backstory though. I'm just gonna edit it out, not skip it, but I'm gonna edit it out. Original video down below in the description. Just me personally, why I'm going Korra though. Storm, it looked like all she's able to control all weather, so I'm sure she has access to other elements, but the four main elements, she probably ain't got perfect control like her. And then Korra's got an avatar state where she can go talk to the other masters of hundreds of years back. Come on now.
Over 21 gigatons of TNT. That's almost 15 times more energy than the entire world's nuclear arsenal detonating at the same time.
With firebending, Korra can fire blasts of, well, fire, jet into the sky like a rocket, or breathe like a friggin' dragon.
The perfect element to match Korra's hot-headed temper. However, her final element was completely different. Due to its inherently zen, free-flowing nature, Korra struggled at first to master airbending.
But like all good prodigies, she figured it out anyways.
With airbending, Korra can shoot powerful gusts of wind, fly around on tornadoes, and create a cute little air scooter.
She used this element to defeat the bloodbender Amon, who was fast enough to dodge lightning.
He's not the only one. Zuko and Iroh have caught and dodged lightning as well, and Iroh even caught one from the sky. The leader of a lightning bolt moves at 60,000 meters per second. Comparing the distance Amon moved relative to the bolt, he must have been moving over 200 times the speed of sound.
But Korra's more than just a badass martial arts superhero. She also acts as the bridge between the mortal and spirit worlds.
The spirit world is a separate plane of reality, and Korra is stronger while she's physically there. Her direct connection isn't coincidence. She and every avatar before her are fused with the spirit of light, Rava. Every time the avatar dies and reincarnates, Rava searches out the spirit to bond with their new body, a staple of Hindu and Buddhist cosmology. I've done a lot of research into reincarnation, which I'll demonstrate today with Boomstick and this anvil.
Wait, hold on!
Now, the avatar is usually reborn into a different nation, but I've set this up so Boomstick will reincarnate into the nearest vessel, this identical clone body.
Hey, Wiz! I feel funny. Why did you do me? Where'd my banana go?
Scooby-Doo in the background.
Cut off his leg and everything.
Speaking of messing with your soul, Korra can remove or restore your bending, bring her past lives for advice, and tap into the kick-ass Avatar state.
The Avatar state massively boosts Korra's raw bending power, turning her into effectively a demigod and the de facto most powerful being on the planet, if she wasn't already.
Despite that, Korra's no stranger to failure. She was severed from her connection to the past avatars and was almost killed while in the Avatar state, which would have ended her cycle of reincarnation entirely.
That last brush with death left her physically and emotionally crippled for years. Even after physical therapy, her fiery spirit struggled to reignite.
Korra's entire identity was wrapped up in being the Avatar, all the way from day one.
And the biggest trials she had to face were when her place in the world was challenged. Would everyone be better off without an avatar? or bending at all.
But Korra's nothing if not one hell of a fighter. No matter what life threw at her, she always got back up to kick ass.
Korra once blocked an energy blast from a giant spirit cannon, which created this massive crater in the center of Republic City, and almost killed everyone.
Taking a look at the width and depth of this crater, and assuming it was all vaporized, Korra must have held back a blast worth almost 6 megatons of TNT. More queen shit.
And during harmonic convergence, Korra tapped into enough spirit energy to turn into a giant kaiju and battle the dark avatar Unalaq for the fate of the world.
Wiz, I told you, we don't talk about season 2. Okay, 1 was cool.
From taking down anarchist revolutionaries to fascist empires, Korra proved herself as an avatar worthy of her forebearers.
With her teammates Mako and Bolin, teachers like Tenzin and Toph, and badass girlfriend Asami by her side, there was nothing she couldn't do.
Queen shit?
Queen shit.
Come on, little girl. Give me your best shot.
Dang.
Chump.
And I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I slept on Legend of Korra for real. I was mad that they made a new show after Avatar. I was like, there's no way it's gonna be good. So I actually haven't even watched it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Maybe I should catch up though. I'm sleep.
For all she knew, she was a goddess sent straight from heaven. And that's exactly what the local tribes thought when she arrived in her ancestral Kenyan homeland.
Aurora's mutant gene allows her to psionically manipulate the atmosphere, capable of summoning a hurricane with less than a conscious thought.
When she does feel like using conscious thoughts, something Wiz tells me I struggle with, Aurora can create storms that cover the entire Earth.
Her weather manipulation isn't just powerful, but precise. She can call upon massive tidal waves, conceal herself in fog, and even generate localized blizzards cold enough to freeze lava.
She can summon bolts of lightning, even ones that are continents away, or generate electricity inside your brain. And she once zapped Cyclops with enough lightning to restart an artificial sun called the Ring of Fire, a name that reminds me of the morning after Taco Tuesday.
Encircling the planet Polemarchus, the Ring of Fire provided all the same energy as a regular star.
But her favorite element is probably wind. With it, she can blow people away with tornadoes, suck the air out of a person's lungs, and generate enough lift to fly. She once flew fast enough to reach the edge of Earth's atmosphere from ground level in just a few seconds.
By measuring the angle and size of the Earth to get the distance and estimating a time frame of about 5 seconds, Aurora had to have flown at 4,000 times the speed of sound. She can even manipulate solar winds to fly through space. Unlike winds on Earth, which are just the movement of air molecules through the atmosphere, solar winds are streams of charged particles, mostly electrons and protons, ejected from the sun.
Almost as crazy as how she can breathe in the vacuum of space. She creates a mini atmosphere around herself by gathering, stray hydrogen atoms. Atoms, those are like really small last time I checked. Are these writers just giving her whatever powers they want now? How is that weather?
Aurora's abilities apply to any atmospheric conditions, whether they be in outer space or alternate dimensions. Essentially, anything even remotely considered weather.
Man, I wish I had crazy writers giving me random superpowers just because it's funny. That'd be awesome. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go use my rocket hands I've always had to get my beer out the fridge. Away!
Oh. Perhaps
They ain't
her
paying
most
me.
useful ability, though, is to sense changes in the weather with a pseudo-sixth sense. Aurora literally sees atmospheric patterns and energy as colors, with the world as her canvas.
She's so good with it, she could track a jet flying over New York while she was fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda. That's on the other side of the planet. Yeah, no wonder everyone thought she was a goddess. She is.
Aurora enjoyed all the worship and admiration until the day she was contacted by an American, Charles Xavier, with an interesting proposal.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join the X-Men. Oh, pretty please, they were eaten by this living eyelid. It's a long story, but we're short-staffed.
Xavier founded the X-Men as a team of mutant superheroes that would attempt to mend race relations between Homo sapien and Superior through non-violent means.
Because what better way to teach kids in the 60s about the civil rights movement than with a bunch of good-looking lily-white teenagers with superpowers from upstate New York?
Feeling she had spent enough time blessing the rains down in
Yeah.
Africa, Aurora agreed and was assigned the codename Storm.
And she more than earned the spot. She's proven herself worthy to wield Mjolnir, led a war against the
Mjolnir.
Inhumans, and even survived a blast from her own lightning.
This is impressive considering her lightning is powerful enough to match Polaris, who once used her powers to punch through Earth's crust all the way to the planet's core. Assuming she pulverized the cylinder of Earth all the way down, she had to have exerted over 15 teratons of TNT.
She once beat
a
the
lot.
mutant Callisto in unarmed combat, and Callisto has apparently mastered every single martial art known to man.
Despite her unbelievable power, Storm has trained extensively in hand-to-hand combat. Get it? It also probably didn't hurt that she's fast enough to dodge literal beams of light. But did you get it, though?
Nope. And after kicking Callisto's ass, she became the queen of these sewer-dwelling mutants called the Morlocks. She really just couldn't escape being worshipped, could she? Even by grody underground monster people.
Well, she later married the Black Panther T'Challa and became Queen of Wakanda, too, so she really runs the gamut.
But even demigods have their Achilles.
I gotta pause mid thing. I know you're doing this, but dang, why was that not in the storyline? Like, imagine that in Black Panther, the movie, like his mom was actually Storm. And so instead of that would have made a lot more when he had to force right him to die. Why wouldn't Storm just take over Wakanda? I know we need a Black Panther too, but this would have found time.
That plane crash from her childhood left her crushed under rubble for days, giving her a bad case of claustrophobia that rears its ugly head every once in a while.
But that's not enough to stop this queen. After the departure of Scott Summers, Storm became the leader of the X-Men, because of course she did.
And when Geordie LaForge eventually came crawling back, the two fought over who would lead the team.
Despite Scott literally being able to shoot death lasers from his eyes, Storm kicked his ass. And even better, she didn't even have her powers at the time.
As it should be, because there's no one more devoted to her team than Storm is. She may be an Omega-level mutant, but her greatest superpower is her bottomless compassion.
Mess with her team, and you'll watch as Aurora's heart of gold quickly turns to ice, as she quite literally steals your breath away.
Testing me. It's time you remember why they call me Storm.
I'm not gonna lie, it made me want to switch so bad. I'm gonna feel so stupid if I switch and I don't get this dub. I'd feel better picking Korra and taking an L than picking Storm and taking an L. So I'm gonna rock with Korra still. But I'm not gonna be surprised at all if Storm takes this. I'm not at all. She has a lot of stuff at her disposal. At first I was thinking, of course Korra can just bend all this stuff away, but it's looking kind of tough for Korra right now. Let's get it.
I'm so bored.
Your powers are impressive, but you lack discipline.
I'm the Avatar, master of all elements. You want to see for yourself?
Of course, Avatar. I'll show you what an X-Men can do.
Water, lightning, and airbending? Starting to feel a little less special here.
What's this? Oh, the spirit world.
Where am I? Who are you? Answer me! Gotta get out. Scott James Logan, I won't let you down!
My cabbages will never be safe.
You're no bender.
Of course. So.
I know what you are, Spirit of Storms.
Exactly.
Yup. Oh. Yeah, she wasn't that fast.
You fought nobly, Avatar.
Like I said, I had a feeling Storm was gonna win that bit, so I'm not mad at the L. She did have a lot more at her disposal. I'm surprised she didn't. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't know it. I'm pretty sure she does know bloodbending. When I mean, I know she's an alien, but it's not, she still bleeds though, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like bloodbending would have been the best way to take it out, and kind of would have been really effective early. But that's just me. Let me know down in the comment section. I might be tripping.
I just queen shit myself. This fight wasn't totally straightforward. Korra can dominate most fighters pretty easy with her raw bending power and martial arts skills, especially with the Avatar state. Not even some of the best benders on the planet like Zahir and Kuvira could stand up to her at her best.
However, despite Korra's awesome Avatar powers, she found herself outmatched by Storm's skill, precision, and overwhelming force. For instance, Storm's massively hypersonic flight and ability to sense and control weather across the planet meant she could always fight safely from a distance.
Korra's trained in martial arts from birth, but even if she did manage to get in close and fight hand to hand, Storm's experience with the X-Men and defeating Callisto meant she could keep up.
While Korra may have fought people who can dodge lightning, Storm can dodge literal beams of light. Even just using her flight speed exiting the atmosphere, she'd still be nearly 20 times faster than Korra.
Korra did have access to elements like fire and earth that Storm didn't. If she somehow found out about Storm's claustrophobia, she could theoretically trap her in some rocks to exploit it.
But Storm would be more than powerful enough to just...
Okay, I was about to say more powerful. She did just throw a whole rock on her, so like we didn't see her get claustrophobic with that.
break out. Her lightning was strong enough to match Polaris, who punched a hole in the earth all the way down to its core.
Yeah, ultimately, Storm was just way more powerful. Remember that planet-sized storm she created? Well, I know clouds are lighter than air, but those are a shit ton of clouds and need a lot of work to move around.
By measuring their volume and the speed at which they moved, the energy Storm needed for this would be over 500 exatons of TNT, about 250 times more powerful than what Korra could output.
And considering this is the same woman who was powerful enough to reignite an artificial star, results like that aren't outliers.
Even taking the fight to the spirit world wouldn't have helped, considering Storm has manipulated alien weather from outer space and alternate dimensions. She'd have no problem adapting there, and considering Storm's powers are genetic in nature, not spiritual, Korra would not be able to depower her with energy bending.
And none of that is counting the ways Storm could have ended the fight right off the bat, like sucking the air right out of Korra's lungs or generating a lightning storm in her brain.
Korra was a tenacious, unrelenting opponent, but Storm's massive range, precise control, deadly skill, and unbelievable power won her this fight.
Don't get bent out of shape. Korra just couldn't weather the storm.
The winner is Storm.
Like I said, I don't disagree at all. I wanted to switch my pick anyway. I feel like I would have been so pissed off if I switched to Storm and lost because of Korra. Because I did have a feeling there were some things that could help her. Like I said, the blood bending we didn't really get to see. We saw metal bending, fire, water. We saw everything else. I did think they were more evenly matched with the lightning. I didn't think it was that far off. But I mean, that's why I thought at the end there she was just either going to weave it or just redirect it back at her. But it took off her head. So let me know down below, did you guys rock with Storm or Korra? And let me know which avatar you feel like is the strongest out of all of them. I've heard some of the older ones get mentioned. I feel like you only learn about the older ones by watching Legend of Korra, so I might have to go watch Legend of Korra because I have no idea about any of the stats of the other ones, or outside of like Roku and Kyoshi, and then obviously Aang and Korra. So I mean, that's pretty much the only four that I really know or have stats on. So let me know who you guys think the strongest avatar is, though, and we'll be back with more death battles if you guys want to see them. So we boy Sean 2 Smooth, aka Black Kage, Black Avatar King Leo. I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I'm going for the day. Peace.